They sacked him on the 2-point try.
Oh.
There is 6 seconds though. There is seconds.
Coach.
He's like, oh, I blew it.
He's all, I can't coach a football. Who do I think I am? Oh, sad times. Gare, I don't know if you've seen the bargain that I procured.
Mm-hmm.
I need to spray them out, but.
Okay.
I bought these shoes so long ago. Okay. Already filming something?
Just a little end. Yes.
You'll have to edit out my talking.
Sure.
These shoes. Like, they don't even. Oh, but I bought them when I started at Walker to go to market. And they are, like, I'm so afraid. I've beat them to hell. And what if I can never find another pair? I found them.
Yeah.
Aren't they great?
What is this design again when it, like, tapers?
This is still a loafer.
Like the okay.
And I had the black version of this. At the same time I bought these, but look, it's the same color and everything. I have a backup pair. Anyway, I gotta spray them out because I did buy them on Poshmark for $30. But look at the tread on them. Oh yeah, these tires are.
Oh, they look beautiful.
They're going for a ways. I'll spray them out right now.
Okay, in like 2 seconds here. Excuse me. So, I'm gonna kick that. What should we call it? What do you call it when you're on kick? Oklahoma's gonna do the onside kick, and then we're gonna do our post-game reaction. People, oh! You know, we might as well just do it from here. Ooh! Ooh! 6 seconds left, people. 6 seconds left. Also, y'all want to see what I got my brother for Christmas? It just came in the mail, so cute. La 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 la. But I got him a shirt. We'll deliver that later. Okay, here comes the, okay, you know what? Oh, yeah. Yap about it. Look at this. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. Maybe did get it, though. Maybe did it. Let me switch up my settings. I think we're good. See what the penalty is. And then we'll get into our post-game reaction.
Pardon?
Yeah. We're going. Well, I thought the game was going to be over, so can't like go, oh no, never mind. The game was over, but now we're good. We just started. There's a flag though. Seconds.
There's a flag?
Well, because they kicked it and there was an illegal whatever. Illegal time.
Will Oklahoma have a chance to come back?
No.
Well, then what are they doing?
Wasting time. They're just wasting time.
Oh, I told you that, but
2 days after Christmas? Full game? Wasted time? No.
Waste of time.
Well, I just looked it up. Army, the team that went 10-1 and then lost to them, like they have the record 11-2 or something. Like a top 25 team in the country. Their bowl game is another throwaway bowl game, whatever. And they're playing a team that's 5-7.
Why is a team that's 5-7 even in a bowl game?
Exactly. Like, we can't come up with a better team for them to play, like South Carolina, USC.
To me, it just seems like a waste. Like, why
Kinda.
are the best teams playing in bowl games?
Right.
Because all their top players dropped out.
I don't know.
It's stupid.
I don't know. Okay, but let's get into it. All right, people. Oh, oh. Let me fix. No, you're good. You're good. Just making sure we're working or if we're buffering. Ooh, looks like we are live. Looks like we're live. All right, what's up? What's up, people? Okay, here we go. Then I'll go over to my little chair over here. And then we'll talk about the game. All right, people. Hello. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Thanks for tuning in to another just post-game reaction to our bowl game, the Oklahoma versus Navy bowl game. Like I said at the halftime just report or prediction is that Navy needed to come out, try to even up the score at 14 apiece, and sure enough, they did. In that, well, the opening drive, actually, they drove it down, took about 5 minutes off the clock, and then they punted it, and Oklahoma and Navy punted and forth. But then Horvath had one of the best runs that I've seen this whole play off-season, postseason so far. He had that 95-yard touchdown run right there from his own 5. What a play, Navy, to tie the game up at 14 apiece. And then it turned into an exchange of, field goal misses where Navy missed a field goal, Oklahoma missed a field goal. And then, but then sure enough, Navy was able, in the quarter, when we were tied going into the fourth quarter, Navy was able to string together a couple plays, and the quarterback ran another one in to get the lead to 21-14. And then their defense was able to stop up until the very end there, where they had a touchdown. Oklahoma was in chance to tie the game. We saw it. They went for 2, which I personally think at that point, you are being gutsy, Coach Venables, but kick the field goal, go into overtime, just reset everything. But then they tried to do that thing where, hey, let's go for 2. Let's try to get this win here. And it did not pay off. His defense was able to get the stop, and then end this thing in regulation, which there was a little extracurriculars, as you guys saw, with the illegal touch. He touched the ball when it didn't go past 5 yards, so on and so forth. But yeah, Navy wins their bowl game. Oklahoma goes from a 6-6 record and to 6-7. And I think when people will discuss this and talk, there is context to this loss and stuff. As I was talking with my colleague, 27 opt-outs. We talk about how there's a problem in football right now where, athletes, they're getting paid money, NIL funds, which fine, because I believe with how much money the universities are making, yeah, some coin should go to the athletes, that are on the field, but they're missing their quarterback, they're missing their tight end, they're missing their receivers, they're missing like 27 players from Oklahoma's team. The team that got them there weren't even playing. Like, the only starter that I know that was like Hawkins, because Hawkins, as a freshman, he played a couple games. But yeah, just no. I'm not saying discipline's not there in college, but like maintenance, like they need to come up with a couple of just rules and guidelines and stuff to try to keep college football just a little bit more monitored, if that's the case. Because I mean, how many seasons has it been now? 2 bowl game seasons, 3 bowl game seasons, since the NIL collective and the transfer portal has become a big thing, where we've seen, the Luther Burdens, the Caleb Williams, where they don't play in their last game. They just decide to declare for the draft, or things are getting tough in that situation, and they decide to transfer over, which is definitely tampering, because if you're fully invested in your team, how in the world would you know exactly which college to go to in the span of 5 days, and turn it around that quick and be like, oh, I'm going to transfer to Auburn, I'm going to go transfer to Utah, if their athletic director or some of their recruiters aren't, flooding your social media DMs like, hey, we'll pay you this much, hey, come play for us, we'll give you some playing, you don't need to sit on the bench over there at, Alabama or Oklahoma or Clemson. Anyways, but that's my thought on that. Kind of this season for the Sooners kind of felt like the 2022 season, where they also went 6-6. But again, when you're missing 27 guys, like, yeah, you're going to lose the ball game. I don't know how many Navy had missing, and if I'm not mistaken, I think obviously, the academies, Air Force, Army, Navy, their NIL and transfer portals a little bit different. We do know the running back out of Army did transfer to Arizona State, and so he will be missing out on that bowl game against Louisiana Tech, which I think I'm probably going to make another video for that, where Army definitely needs to have just a different, I think the 6, yeah, that's what we'll do a video on, is the 6-game bowl, where, You win 6 games, eligible to go to a bowl game. I look at teams like Pitt, for example. They went 7-0, and like they're ranked in the top 25, but then they lost their last 5 games, and then they lost their 6th game, being that bowl game against Toledo. If 7-0, but then their last 5 games they lose, do they deserve to go to a bowl game? If, one half of the season is one way, we're just winning, and then the other half is we're just losing. So I think they should move the qualifications just a little bit if we want to put more value into a bowl game, whether it's as small as, Georgia Tech and Vanderbilt. They're going to play, what's their bowl? Okay, let's use the U versus Texas A&M Bowl. Okay, USC versus Texas A&M is the Vegas Bowl. I know you 6-6. They didn't have as good of a season as they hoped for, and Texas A&M was in their own destiny until they lost their last 2 games. But like, if you put more value into a bowl game by getting rid of, let's say USC because they're 6-6, and you have Army play Texas A&M. Army's 11-2. Texas A&M is 8-4. It's a better matchup, if that makes sense. But if I were to try to set the tone, like, where's the bar? Like, do we go above the bar? Like, you can see when you look at the standings of the ACC, the Big 12, like, you can see where there's that hard line of, like, okay, everybody's, we have our teams who are our 10-win teams, our 11-win teams, then there's the 9-win team, like, maybe 2 8-win teams, and the rest, like, we see, it's like, there's that hard line in the SEC where it's like, okay, we can see who the top programs are, and then there's just this gap. And I think you just draw the line right there. And hey, if you want to go to a bowl game, you have to win at least 8 games or something like that. Having 4 teams play each other is a lot more entertaining than 2 6-6 teams playing each other. I don't know, but that's just me. I think what a season for Navy. I mean, they were in the top 25 at one point, and then they started running into teams like Notre Dame and who else did Navy play that gave them a run for their money? I think it was it Tulane? No, it wasn't Tulane. Louisville? Georgia Tech? It was one of those teams because they were a 3-loss team. But then, hey, you win the Commander-in-Chief trophy against Army, and then you win your bowl game against Oklahoma. A win's a win. And, these small steps, to build the program and stuff like that. But anyways, the Georgia Tech game is going to start here in about 5 minutes or so. They're doing the recap of how they upset Army. How they upset Miami. They defeated NC State, how they started out against Florida State. So this game's going to start here in the next 5-10 minutes. But I'll see you guys at halftime. Thank you for watching and listening to me talk a little bit of sports. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Peace.